So we're here in lovely downtown Hanover, where I have traded out my boots for some Merrell Chameleon 5s, which should help with the mud in Vermont. Hopefully they'll at least make it out of Vermont without breaking. And ow. Still got some tailbone pain. Well, if you notice, I don't have my hat because I left it at this hole-in-the-wall, Depression-era Steinbeck novel motel. Oh my God, the Shady Lawn. Truly low class. It's like a welfare hotel. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being poor if you're on welfare, you know, whatever. But this place is kind of really run down, and people fighting over something in the parking lot all night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, throwing things. I just stayed in my room. I needed a bed because my back was killing me. And I ended up down White River Junction. It's just kind of a seedy place. No offense to anyone from White River Junction, except for the fact that White River Junction is kind of seedy. I mean, I'm sure there's very nice areas. The co-op was nice. I got some yum-yums at the co-op. And, you know, it's Vermont. I mean, any place in Vermont is probably far less seedy than the seediest place anywhere else. It's like on the seediest magnitude scale, it definitely would rank below the seediest places I've ever been by a long shot. But, yeah, stay away from the Shady Lawn Motel if you know it's good for you. Just kind of a weird experience. It's run by a family of people, Indians, who are nice enough, but you know, you go from the office with all of the pictures of Ganesh into the torn apart parking lot. They're sort of the lords of hell of the Shady Lawn Hotel, these Hindu demigods ruling over the strange denizens of that place. It's pretty bad. And of course I left my hat there. And I'm not gonna pay $15, pay $30 to take a cab there and back. I gotta take the bond though. I'm not wasting half the day to get a hat. It's just a hat. So I'm wearing my Merrell Chameleon 5s. They've got a much bigger toe box than the Vasks, so I'm very happy about that. I have no idea if I'm actually on the trail right now. I took a left at Dartmouth, and I was contemplating sitting down for a minute and actually seeing if I'm going. I think I am, yeah. It's not blazed. I mean, it is a public way, so. And honestly, I don't know if the trail goes around some other way, but I'm going this way. So, we're finishing up New Hampshire, which is really cool, and starting Vermont. Anyway, so yeah, these shoes, the Chameleon 5s, they got a bigger toe box. I've only worn them probably now for a mile with my pack and everything. I didn't even really do trial practice runs in them. I had bought them several months before I started hiking, and with no real thought to doing the trail. I got them primarily because they are waterproof and have Gore-Tex in them. And you know, I was anticipating being in Eurasia, in like Russia right now. So they would have been much more suited to a Russian winter. But they're actually oddly suited for Vermont, because Vermont's very muddy and wet. So having some trail runners that are going to be a little bit lighter. They're about a pound lighter than my boots, so that's taking basically 5 pounds off my back. And they're comfy so far. There's a little less cushioning. You know, I'm still getting used to them because the boots have a little more cushion, but my feet aren't moving around as much in them, which is good. Like, I'm not getting my toes sliding up into the front of my shoe, which kind of was a problem with foot swelling in the Vasks. So lovely Hanover, I barely know you. I basically spent most of the weekend, while I was in White River Junction, I went to the EMS, I had to get a new headlamp. My Black Diamond Gizmo headlamp failed. And of course, after I did a video going through my gear saying, oh, it's working. But that totally failed. And so I got a new one at Petzl, which is it's the same price range, so that'll probably fall apart and break. Yeah, if you want to buy a headlamp, don't buy the cheapest one available. You know, you'd think it would last for at least a little longer. It lasted me 2 months. I used it for more than like a half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe 3 times. Did some night hiking with it, but not very much. You know, it was a great lamp. It just fell apart. It just broke. I mean, there was no external damage at all. It just stopped working. So, yeah, I'd advise staying off those. Stay away from that Black Diamond Gizmo. So we're here. This looks like, is this a river? I think this is a river. That's it. The lovely banks of the Connecticut. So I'm going to flip around the video. I'm just going to start a new video. Oh, just crossing the lovely Connecticut. I think, no, this can't be Connecticut. Yeah, it is. What is this? I don't know. People kayaking on the other side, sadly. But, here we are. Crossing over the lovely Connecticut River into what I believe is Norwich, Vermont. So I had high expectations for the day. I was planning on doing 15 miles, but it's about noon. I'm just hitting the Connecticut, so we'll see. I'll definitely make it in at least a shelter. I want to at least get in maybe 1 or 2 shelters. I was hoping to go to the 4th shelter today. Do like 16 or 17, but I don't know if I'm gonna. You'll notice a consistent thread in most of my proclamations of how many miles I'm gonna do is I typically think I'm gonna do a lot more than I end up doing because frankly I'm pretty lazy about hiking. And we've had scattered sun showers and there's a big, looks like there's a big storm cloud over there. So anyway. Over here we have, I think it's the Marian Cross School. This looks like the town green here of Norwich. Congregationalist Church, city offices, Yankee stuff, Yankee Doodle stuff. Pretty, I mean it's lovely. A quaint New England village, Northfield. So Norwich, I think this is Norwich, Vermont. They have the Norwich Military Academy, or they did, or something like that. This guy's name is Aiden Partridge, who some military dude. So, lovely Norwich. Let's see what we got over here. So I'm back here again, coming out of now Norwich. Just want to show you the trail here. This is Vermont. Deciduous, some pine, mixed deciduous and pine, but much more open. I mean, a lot of this forest, I mean, some of it, maybe not even here, but a lot of it was forested or was pasture for sheep or cattle. And so it's, the trees, it tends to be a lot thinner. It's a lot less overgrown. And look at this trail. I mean, this is like amazing. Compared to Vermont, I mean, New Hampshire and Maine, no roots, no rocks. For this particular part, I mean, the Green Mountain National Forest is going to be probably more difficult, but it's a welcome change to be able to walk on something like this. Oh, it's so nice. So, it's not raining. It looks like it's threatening rain. I mean, it's probably going to be showers if anything. So I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna just hit the first shelter. I was planning on getting a lot further in, but I could, because I can go pretty fast on this trail. But I'll make more videos as I go. So just to show you, there's some other videos of the trail up in Maine and the ledges and the rocks and everything. This is just so much nicer, so much easier to walk on. Anyway, so got some nifty new signs up. I haven't seen signs this new in a while, but they look really nice and new. So I was thinking, Thistle Hill is 8.8. It's 3:30 now. I mean, I could do, it. I'm thinking about going, I'm gonna go down to the shelter. This is a Happy Hill. I was hoping to be past Thistle Hill today, but I feel I might end up here. So, at least, I mean, I'm making really good time.